Welcome to History with Dr. Brock. Today's video is somewhat unusual. It's not going to be about Putin or about politics, but it is about history, but rather history in the making. Now, one of the greatest issues facing mankind today is the issue of energy and the transition to clean transportation, clean energy. Because if you look at Paris or Beijing or any other big city, it's just totally impossible to breathe because of all the pollution, because of the billions of cars that are moving around, and it makes life very difficult. So the solution, of course, has been sought for a while to Kyoto Protocol, reducing the pollution by reducing emissions. But all that was just talk until the invention of a real solution. And I was very skeptical about it until I actually tried it myself, and this is why I'm making this video. I took Tesla for a drive to see what it really is, and then I started looking into it, whether all the kind of hype or talk about it is true. And then I checked Elon Musk's presentations, and I got converted, I got convinced. And that is that when you look at Tesla Corporation, it's not just a car, but it also battery breakthroughs and the new batteries. It's the panels, it's the software, AI, and of course its other offshoot is the missiles and rockets that he does as a kind of a sideshow. In other case, this is a fantastic thing. So I want to show you and take you for a ride. Hey guys, I'm inside Tesla Model 3, and most videos on this show you the way it works and the way it runs and all the gadgets and all the things. I'm not a technical person, I don't want to talk about it, but I want to say one thing the way I see Tesla. It looks like a car, but it's much more than a car. Moreover, I would say this is a revolution. It's a revolution because there are few moments in history when you have a breakthrough that changes the world. This was happened when the telegraph was invented and when they started producing computers and the internet appeared. Now we can't live without internet, and in the 1990s there was no internet, and somehow this is a revolution. This car is just a first step in the revolution that's going to unfold in the next 30 years. I would say a revolution in transportation, because as Musk said just the other day on TV at the stockholders meeting, first there's cars, and then there'll be trucks, and then there'll be airplanes, and then there's going to be boats. Everything will be electric. This is the first step in this amazing revolution. But as consumers are concerned, this is the amazing thing, that once you've driven this car, I have nothing to do with Tesla, I don't work for them, I don't advertise with them, but this is a new step. This is a completely new feeling, handling, security, you name it. And there are plenty of videos that explain this to you much more than I can. Now, one thing is amazing when you drive Model 3 is it's completely quiet. It's just unusual that it's so quiet. Its handling is absolutely amazing. Of course, as you know, there's the autopilot. You don't have to touch anything. You just have to watch, and it's gonna go and by itself. And then basically there are three things that are revolutionary breakthroughs if you drive a Tesla. First of all, it's this motor, which is much lighter, much more efficient. I think in the combustion engines motors, 80% goes for the heating and 20% for the propulsion. With Tesla, it's the other way around. It's 80% for propulsion and 20% for heating. So this is one breakthrough. The second is, of course, the battery. In his presentation, Musk said that they're just buying batteries from whoever can supply them. But the biggest secret, of course, is they're inventing a new one. And they're working on it, and if you follow the literature, this was when he made a presentation on the battery day. This is going to be a totally revolutionary breakthrough with a new battery that's going to be 50% more efficient and 50% cheaper to produce. And the next thing, of course, is everybody knows that Tesla is not just a car company, it is an AI company. That's the biggest secret of all, because the computer on board, it works like no other car, because it's no longer a car, it's a driving computer. It assembles the information on what you're doing and how you're driving. Then this information is assembled in the central office, and then it is accumulating there. So the more people drive, then the billions of information are stored there to improve the driving, especially on the autopilot.
Autopilot, ha 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 ha.
Now, today, Musk said, there's only 1% of the transportation in the world, 1% is electric. And this is why we have all these pollution issues. In the next 20 or 30 years, we're going to see a real transition to electrical vehicles. Now, that would mean a total break with the past. It's going to be absolutely important, just as invention of telegraph or railroad. Why is that? Well, because this means of transportation, the Tesla car or similar electric vehicles, but nobody can beat them. I'll talk about it later. Uh, this is the simple fact. Uh, they are cheaper to produce because Tesla is going to print them, and it's going to be one body is going to be made in Berlin factory in 45 seconds. And I have seen some talk about VW that this takes them 3 times longer to produce a car than it is for Tesla. The next thing, it has fewer moving parts, which means it's easier to manufacture, and the robots are going to make it. It has a revolutionary new battery that is also going to be produced in Berlin, which is 50 times more efficient. And then the car itself is technically superior to anything else. It can go from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, which beats Ferrari, Maserati, and Porsche. So this is something that nobody thought was possible, to create an efficient car, a better car, a quicker car, and cheaper to produce. Now, another thing is, of course, why can't others do it? And there are many, many startups that are trying it, and I'm watching it as a historian with great interest, whether this can be done. But what it turns out to be, the historical advantage of latecomers doesn't work in this case, because the old producers have a hard time let go of that what they have invested in for so many years, and they know how to do it. They know how to build a good passenger car in combustion engine, and they're reluctant to abandon it. And the longer they wait, the more difficult it is to try to catch up with pioneers such as Tesla. In other words, they don't have the know-how, they don't have the technological breakthrough to match up their battery and their new method of production. As Musk said in one of his presentations, it's much easier to have a prototype, which is just like 1% of the whole effort, and it's much more difficult to actually build a factory that does produce it economically and efficiently at the price that people can afford. Now, the most exciting thing, of course, of this is the hope that the mankind has that the CO2 emissions are going to be reduced drastically in 20 years, which means we can see the end of the tunnel of this dirty industrial revolution and the beginning of the new age. And one last important item is the energy. Again, as a historian, I see that this is one of the key problems facing our modern world, is where will the energy come from? And then because the finite resources of oil and gas one day is going to run out. Well, again, Musk convinced me that there's no problem. We can see the end of the tunnel with the solar energy. And with the panels that he said you could have, if you have even today's technology, panels 100 square miles can produce enough energy for the needs of the United States.